Hello and welcome to a special edition of Storyboard. Before we have a fantastic discussion with Senthil Kumar from JWT, Arun Iyer from Low and Sukesh Nayak from Ogilvy, let's take a look at 3 or 4 commercials which show women in a positive light.
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah.
A cousin of mine can saunter on by and do the last rites because his qualification is his gender, and everything I've done is nothing because I'm a woman.
तो लड़का करने से वो माँ बाप को गति मिलती है क्योंकि लड़का ही मोक्ष बढ़ाता है और लड़की पराया धन है.
You do wonder that are you doing something wrong, or will my father's soul really not rest in peace because I'm doing the ritual? Because the priests do make you feel like that. Now when I look back at it, it doesn't make sense because his entire family, his blood is standing right there and somebody else took him away.
If there is a soul and the soul will be embarking on a journey, who best to do it as someone who knows you well? And I would want my daughters to be there to do it. There's no question of anybody else.
खून तो एक ही है, माँ बाप के लिए दोनों बच्चे सेम ही रहते, फिर अपन दूसरे को हक कैसे देंगे?
We have to face life on our own and we have to earn our own bread. So we can do that, but we cannot light the pyre or do the last rites.
And it's so strange that women give birth to children. Why are they denied to participate in rituals of death? What is it? My weakness is being a woman.
Dear.
आज से डैडी बुलाओ.
A wedding to remember. तनिष्क.
आप लोग सोचो हो कि सिर्फ यही साक्षी दंगल लड़ा है. असल में यहाँ हर साक्षी रोजाना दंगल करा है. हर दाव पेंच के लिए पहले से ही तैयार. पैरों में गजब की फुर्ती, पैंतरों में लगातार बदलाव करती, आंख हमेशा अपने लक्ष्य पे कड़ी. जबरदस्त पटखनी खाने के बावजूद फट से खड़ी होना जाना है. हर चाल को धूल चटा दे वह है. हिम्मत से हमेशा काम लेने वाली या हर रोज हर साक्षी अव्वल आवे है.
Begin with, tell me, is this a fad or is it a real change in the way advertising is done that women are shown in such positive light nowadays?
I think they should always be shown in positive light, and of late we've seen more work coming out in that direction.
Why is that? Is it a fad? Is it a box that you are ticking, or brands are asking for, or what is it?
No, I think it's something that most creative people want to do now, and it's more coming out of the kind of the way women are treated around the world. In fact, at JWT we have an in-depth research program called Female Tribes, which I'm sure you're aware of, which actually studies women in different parts of the world. Like they study women in the Arab countries, and because their needs are different, their aspirations are different, and then how do marketers reach out to them, and what are their aspirations, and how do we sort of merge the two? So I mean, I think it is an interesting space when you study different kinds of women in different parts of the world. So and therefore you're talking to women in a very positive light.
Right. Arun, if you look at the body of work which has come out of Low, Linters, Mullen, whatever, all those things, last few years, there have been some extraordinarily positive stories of women, whether it's Fast Track or Tanishq, Tata Tea, and the new Tata Tea commercial. Now, tell me, that's a commercial, it's not a movement. So, tell me, is this happening naturally, or are you thinking, let us do a story with a strong woman? I mean, how does that work?
So, Anand, I think it's a bit of both.
Right.
So, some time back, let's say a couple of years ago, when we worked on, let's say, the Tanishq remarriage, or Havells, the Respect Women campaign, with women are not kitchen appliances and stuff, I think at that point in time, so I've always felt that there are two kinds of work that happens. One is a piece of work which kind of helps society think the way they should be thinking, and one is when society gets on to that mode of thinking and then you ride the wave.
Right.
I think back in the day, it was kind of new because brands were not talking about it, so it kind of led society in a certain direction, saying, hey, brands can shape thinking like this.
Right.
I think today, a lot of, not just brands, I think overall, even if you see movies, everybody is walking in the direction of, hey, you know what, this is something which actually will move us as a society. And I think from it used to be a trend and it's become a bit of a fad now. So I think now is when we have to carefully measure and make sure that it's authentic and not done only for, okay, there is currency in this, I think that is something that we as creative people we have to measure and do.
Right. Sukesh, you look at your work as well, say JSW, where 2 films in a row, very strong woman protagonist and very real. Now, it's not the most natural fit of a woman and, steel, yet you'll have chosen that. So, again, was that a conscious decision or it just happened?
No, I think about 3 years back when we started the journey with JSW, as a brand, it had never done any piece of work. As steel, it stood for strength, and obviously it was a natural fit for them. The question was, what kind of story, what kind of point of view shall we have? And considering their focus and their agenda on the fact that we want to support women players at that point of time, and Geeta being the story that we did the first one, I think when we wrote it, or when we thought of it, everybody felt that that's exactly what we do. As an organization, we believe in it and we implement it. And of course, the result has been, India has celebrated the result through them and the Olympic Stadium and Sakshi Malik, the latest story. And so it was a natural fit for them.
Senthil, the new film from JWT, call it campaign or whatever it is, about the right for women to cremate. That's like coming out of left field. Somewhere, where did this come from? The problem has existed for centuries. It's not today's problem. So what caused you to want to say it at this time?
This particular campaign was led by one of my creative directors in Bombay, Nandita actually, Nandita and Tista together as a team.
Right.
And I think it was born out of more of a personal experience, like Sukesh was pointing out, where there was a death in the family and they felt that that some wrongdoing is happening. While we knew that this existed for centuries, until it happens to us. I mean, personally, when you feel that happening to you is when you want to do something about it. And I think Nandita led that sort of movement, and she spoke to like 10 other women who have had similar experiences, and they've spoken to a lot of powerful people and strong women out there, and making it a big movement to actually create some kind of social change. And finally, it is a positive thing to happen.
One of the things about all these women-focused, women-centric films is they seem to get a fantastic ride on social media. They get spoken about more than, say, if you remove Geeta Phogat and you put a male wrestler there. I don't think it would have made the same noise. So, is that again a conscious decision on the part of communicators to say, hey, let's do this, it will work better. You know, all things being equal, remove the man, put a woman there, it will work better.
No, I think that sort of manipulation, I think people will see through.
Right.
I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think these are just, they're more inspiring stories more than anything else. And I think we are here to put out stories which inspire people, which kind of can make mindsets change. Like, I clearly remember the team telling me that when we were working on the Tanishq Mia campaign, which was all about how working women and the struggles of how they go through and they stand strong. And we wanted Nandita Das to do the voiceover. And she actually came and she was very moved, saying, oh, this can cause a very positive change in the mindsets of women and in the mindset of society.
So, staying with you, Arun, is advertising ahead of society in the sense, is advertising talking about things which are bubbling under, and society has not realized it's bubbling under, but advertising does. So is it a great leap that advertising has taken? In general, like I said, all these ads with strong women protagonists.
So I think, like I said, it's a bit of both. I think at times it is actually a little ahead and helping shape the way people think, and at times it's simmering and you just bring it to the fore. I think a little bit of both are happening, and I think when it is a little ahead, it works far better. But sometimes when it's really simmering and when you just bring it right to the top, it kind of, people also then jump onto it. So I think a bit of both are happening.
We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll continue the discussion on Women's Day, on the way women are portrayed in advertising in India today.